Well, good morning and welcome to Cityline. It is great to be back in the house. We have a wonderful show ahead of us. Later on in the hour, we'll be talking with Karen and Brendan from Northwest Sinfonietta, and we have a fun surprise for you in that segment. Tacoma City Ballet. Speaking of segments, they are here, and the first segment we're going to see them in is a wonderful little girl. I think you know her, with a doll, a nutcracker. Yep, it's Nutcracker time. And then part two, we get to actually see the real Nutcracker, and he has a great story behind him. With me right now, though, are these two. I could just go to sleep right now, and they could run the show for me. Please welcome Mr. Chris Surface. You are the Managing Artistic Director still at Tacoma Little Theater, and also one of my favorite backup co-hosts. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you so much, Amanda. It's always good to be here with you.
It's great to have you here. And let's get some sock cam on this. Cheryl.
It's the holiday season.
Cheryl is our famous sock cam. There it is. You buy socks for our sock cam, don't you?
I'll neither confirm nor deny
that.
Okay,
good. That's good. Well, I know that this man over here you brought with you is a familiar face to our TV Tacoma family. We're talking about Andrew Fry. Hello, my dear.
Hello, and how are you?
I am well. How are you? And welcome to the comfy couch.
Yeah, I know. Look at this. I'm not on a stool.
You're not on a stool?
I'm not on a stool.
I know. We might
green screen.
Maybe we could get you like a Queen Anne, chair to go on from this point.
I love it.
You play in an upcoming production, The Old Man.
Yes. Yes. To be clear, The Old Man isn't about age. It's about sentimentality and nostalgia. If you've ever talked to someone who said, yeah, The Old Man was a piece of work, that's what it is. Because we got Mother and The Old Man.
I love that. And I hope that nobody ever slips and says, piece of work, Old Man on stage. So Chris, let's go back a bit, because this is not a new production, and I'm going to have you name the production here in a second. But what I am going to let out of the bag is this is not the first time it's been on the TLT main stage. So what is it?
We are producing A Christmas Story now for the holiday season. It is a show that audiences continually ask for. So this is actually our third time doing it in the last 18 years.
Oh my gosh.
And it's one that we get constant requests for, and audiences love it. Everybody, why watch it 24 hours a day on Christmas Day on TV when you can see it live on stage? And one of the things I love about it is it has a little bit more sentimentality than the movie does.
Yes.
It's all based off of Jean Shepherd's original stories that he told. And with the stage show, you just get a little bit more personal with it, I think, because you actually see adult Ralph on stage versus being voiceover.
Oh, yes. And there is, and Andrew, you can confirm this, kids and pets, nobody wants to go after them on stage, especially an old man.
You think that, but I can tell you right now that working with the kids in this show has been fantastic, because they're a great group of kids. And the dogs are heard. And they are difficult.
That's right.
But they're also not
they need socialization.
Those bumpus hounds.
Yeah, those bumpus hounds.
That's right. So,
doodling.
question for both of you, and Andrew, I'm going to start with you first, because you are known in the South Sound to grace stages and to do wonderful things for our theatrical community. What were the auditions like for you?
Well, first of all, there's a bit of anxiousness because you want to do a show, and there are great shows out there. Theaters are doing a lot of wonderful different shows, and then you see one and you go, I love that show. I've done that show. Who's directing that show? The director who did it the last time, Jen York. And so it's one of those that you really want the role.
Yeah.
And so you go to auditions and you hope for the best, and then you see other folks who are there who've done it in the past, and you hope. And I loved it. I got it. It was great. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Blake, he was in the last show and does a great job. And he's also the set builder and is a phenomenon.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, in my hat on the ground.
It's all fun and games until someone loses an eye.
Yeah. It is. These are some great shots of it. It is one of our more fun and complex sets that we've done in a little while.
Yeah.
We love doing what we can with the technology we have.
Absolutely.
Blake did an amazing job, along with our whole staff that put together this show, the carpenters who work behind the scenes, our props, our costumes, our lights, our sound, Our scenic painter who did double duty as the director, Jen York, actually directed and scenic painted the show. So there were some late nights after rehearsals that she'd be there painting.
Oh my
as well.
gosh.
And it's a
Oh,
beautiful
late
set.
nights, yeah. They were working so hard. And also Heidi, who was in the cast previously. It's one of those, sometimes you'll see a show and you'll say, that person's in it? That person's directing it?
I've been
that
in
person.
I've
And
watched
it's like,
those
I
shows.
want that show.
Yes.
I want that show. And
Absolutely.
this is one of them.
So what has the rehearsal process been like?
It was one of those where you say, oh, I did this show 7 years ago, I should know it. So many props, so many
Yes.
changes, so many scene moves, so much tech. It's nostalgic, it feels old-timey. The car alone this time round
Yes.
is magnificent. So the rehearsal process is not just about the lines, it's about the weaving in and out of all of the things that are happening. I think there's more tech cues in this show than in
Previous
a long
years.
time.
For
So
what
you have to wait for the tech.
Right.
It all comes together at the end, yeah.
Oh, I love that. So, Andrew, you said 7 years ago you reprised this role, and you said you got there thinking, "Oh, I should know all this. It'll come back." What really happened?
Well, the person comes back.
Yes.
The person comes back like that. The lines take a little bit longer, especially when your lines include strings of nonsense words
Yes.
like, stay on the road, you stone-soaking bandits, summoning bins, goat dandruff. Those aren't lines that necessarily stick in your head for 7 years. They're not used around the house.
Not yet. I think that now that you're reprising your
Yeah,
role, that the
maybe.
old man needs to stay.
But the relationships too, again, when you're in a show like this, there is that sentimentality, there is that nostalgia. There's Heidi there, right there at the table. You have a bond with the different actors. And that one came back pretty
Oh, I love that. Oh, and look at this, the ultimate scene. There it is.
No, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. That's right. No.
Oh, wait.
It might be a fantasy sequence.
No, that's part of the dream sequence. It doesn't
there you
really
go.
happen.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Chris, how have audiences reacted to, number one, seeing this again, and then also seeing this again?
It is one of those things where you're always nervous when you bring a show back
Yeah.
because you have people who've like, well, I've seen that before, I don't want to see it again. Before we opened the show, we were almost sold out, which is a good problem to have and a bad problem to have because you want people to come and enjoy theater for the holiday season with their family. So we added 2 more performances and we're almost all sold out again. So what my recommendation is if you're looking at getting tickets, now is the time to do that. And you might not be able to sit together because we're down to just less than 10 seats for most shows left.
Yeah, you want to take someone out to see a show, but you don't necessarily want to sit next to them. Perfect timing.
Or
Perfect
ready?
timing.
Ready? Oh, why don't you kids go sit over there, and Mom is going to go sit over here because
yeah.
Mom needs a break.
But we are running wait lists as well. So if you give a call to the box office and
right.
one of the shows is sold out, we'll get you on the wait list.
So, speaking of things that are on the wait list, would you care to explain the leg on the coffee table?
We brought with us today the iconic leg lamp from A Christmas Story. That is a major award. It's also
is.
very, what is the word? Fragile?
Fragile. It's
Fragile.
Italian. It's Italian, imported all the way from Italy.
And it is that iconic thing that you see in the show, and you see anytime the show's talked about, the leg lamp is a part of that history of the show. So we are raffling off a full-sized leg lamp.
Wait a minute. Give me a measurement. Because that's not the full size, is it?
5 inches tall, I think.
Yeah, the real leg lamp is
It's-
a lamp.
It's a
leg.
It fits in a living room window just fine.
This is a 20-inch leg lamp, which we also have these for sale, along with some other great merchandise for the holidays. We're kind of in the whole mode of give the gift of TLT. We have beautiful prints by Anne DeMille Flood of Tacoma Little Theater, toasters, greeting cards, and matted prints. We have our TLT holiday ornament, which I left one here for you, so make sure that you grab that.
Thank you very much.
Give the gift of TLT. We also have flex passes and gift certificates. It's a great way to celebrate something other than a tangible, like, here's a scarf. Here's an experience to go and see theater. Here's an experience of theater.
And this year, as I've kind of treaded back into the experience foray with people, People are so happy to be together. It is unbelievable. I was at a concert and I swear 500 people wanted to hug each other. It just was unbelievable. So it's that kind of energy that is happening with people coming to see this show and all shows.
Absolutely.
Because we're back, aren't we?
Yeah, oh,
Absolutely.
audiences definitely are filling in.
So what's going to happen next at TLT besides someone's going to go home? Well, first off, how much are tickets?
Raffle tickets are $5.
$5 for a leg.
And there's a follow-up drawing too for a great holiday basket that's Christmas story themed. If you don't win the leg lamp, you will win that if you're the second.
Very nice. And do you need to be present to win?
You do not need to be present to win. It happens at intermission on the matinee on Christmas Eve. And we will call you, and if you want to race down, and pick up that leg lamp and put it in your window Christmas Eve night, we will have it there for you.
Wouldn't that be something? I can just see all kinds of acceptance speeches going on with this. You like me, you
major
really
award.
like me. Yeah, Andrew's got it down pat.
Like a statue.
That's nice. Okay, so let's talk about youth theater, because in my mind, giving the gift of youth theater is the ultimate gift. It's a win-win. So what do you got up your sleeve there?
We have for the holidays, December 27th and 28th, our youth camp is performing A Year with Frog and Toad.
Yay.
There's 35 students enrolled for that this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So bring your family and come enjoy those great stories that you might remember from when you were younger, told in a musical form. It's a lot of fun. And it's one of those things where kids love that story. And it's our next generation of actors.
It is.
So they're learning the art of theater. They may not find that it's not the thing they want to do anymore is be on stage. They'd rather be an audience member, but it's teaching them all about performing arts.
Exactly. And if parents are going, okay, now I've got this little winter break thing figured out, but spring break. Can we get information about spring break right now?
Absolutely. If you go to our website, there's information about some classes that start after school in January.
Okay.
Then we'll have spring break intensive classes. Then we'll have some leading up into the May slot. And then we'll go into summer camps really soon, too, because it seems like everything is just clicking by very quickly.
It does, doesn't it? It absolutely does. So let's talk about what's next. Should the Christmas story have to go away?
Christmas Story will have to close Christmas Eve at 2 p.m.
That's it.
But we have coming up next on our stage, Po' Boy Tango, directed by David Shea, which is a fun piece that actually involves a lot of cooking.
Oh!
It's a 3-person show, and that opens in January. Then we have Rock of Ages in March, followed by Significant Other in April, May, and The Shawshank Redemption in June. So it's a great balance of the season.
Okay, that last one, I'm going to go out on a limb. If you don't like dogs and you don't like Shawshank Redemption, I think you're probably off my Christmas list. Okay, there we go, because that is the best. Oh my goodness.
We're excited about the rest of the season.
Thank you both for bringing us such holiday joy and for thinking ahead like you do. And you get to keep this sweater as long as you continue to be grumpy.
I love my sweater. It's actually my son's, which makes it even more.
Even better.
See, yeah, he grew out of it.
It did.
Now I have it.
His son is like 7 feet tall now.
There we go.
Yeah.
So maybe he needs a lamp too. Thank you both for
Thank you,
being here
Amanda.
today, and we'll see you on stage.
Thanks.
When we come back, Miss Erin, Tacoma City Ballet will be in the house for their first segment. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.